Hello everyone and welcome to part 1 of my video series, Introduction to Synergy. In this set of videos, I will try to explain about synergy, different types of synergies in as basic way as possible. I will try to explain everything in layman's terms so that even the beginners and players who do not have the in-depth technicality knowledge will also be able to understand what synergy means and how they can affect the outcome of the PvP battle. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So the very first and the most important question is what exactly is synergy? So synergy is nothing but the interaction or cooperation of two or more entities to produce a combined effect which is greater than the sum of their individual effects. So in GoTWiC terms, when we are having a battle, we are walking in with five commanders. One of them is our lord, the other four commanders. Now the selection of these five commanders is very crucial because if we are making the right choices, now these five commanders can help each other during the battle to achieve something greater. You know, they can use their skills, their abilities to enhance the performance of other commanders as well. And that is the whole concept of synergy, making wise choices about the commanders and then letting them help each other perform better. Now, before we start with the concept of synergies, let's try to understand a little bit about how our armies and commanders fight, how they use their skill, and how battle reports actually look like. So, for an example, I have taken a screenshot of one of the battle reports. Now, here our allies attacking the enemy. On the left hand side, we can see the allies' synergy is female lineup, whereas on the right hand side, the enemy's synergy is bleed lineup. Now, another important factors are we can see that there are five different rows named as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Leela Mormont is leading or is the commander of row 1. Similarly, Salma for row 2, Arya for row 3, and so on. From the enemy side also we can see row 1 is headed by Rhea, then Sinara, then Jon Snow, and so on. Also we see four different columns named as A, B, C, and D. Now these columns are determined by our formation. On the top, as we can see, the formation here is infantry cavalry. Therefore, column A is infantry, column B is cavalry. Now we don't have any spearmen and bowmen in the battle. Therefore, column C and column D are empty. On the right hand side, we can see that there is an additional column X. Now this is nothing but the wall. So when we are attacking the enemy, they have an additional advantage of wall. Now whenever we are attacking, at the very first second, the very first impact is at the wall. We have to break it down and then the actual fight begins. After that we can see column A is infantry because enemy has infantry spearman formation, and therefore column B is spearman. Now when we are attacking the enemy, the target here is to deal as much damage as possible in as less time as possible. So that is where synergy kicks in. Having five random commanders can win you the battle, but you will suffer maybe more losses and the enemy will not get as much damage as you can actually do with a better synergy. Another important question which comes to mind is why should we care? I mean, if I have some great commanders, why not just use them directly and why, you know, think all of this synergy and everything? So to clear it out, I have taken a very basic example. Let's say we have Leela Mormont at 4 star, fully awakened, maximum level 80. She's a great commander as we all know. And we also have Sinara. She is also fully awakened 4 star, level 80, and she too is an amazing commander. But what happens when we combine them and use them together? Both 4 star, both level 80. What would be the outcome of it? The simplest answer is disaster. Why? Because the skills of Sinara are just the opposite of Leela. Now they are both great commanders, but when you put them together, it's a disaster. So the idea to put in any random commander, so many commanders are there in the game right now, and just to use any one of them randomly is not the choice. That's not how we should be setting our formation. Currently, there are three major synergies in the game. The very first one is female lineup, which is led by Leela Mormont. The next one is bleed or crit lineup, which is led by Sinara. And the third one is weakness attack or healing lineup, which is led by Jamie. So we'll try to deep dive into all of these synergies one by one in the future videos. But for now, I will end this video right here and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.